And there was a couple of numbers that were thrown out that were pretty astonishing when you think about it. Number one, um, we're approaching 20% of folks aged 20 to 35 are living with their parents. That is a significant number of people, and those are people who are eventually going to be homeowners. That is part of the pent up demand that is sort of lurking out there, and probably waiting again for home prices to fall or for interest rates to fall. And then a couple of other numbers that were quite astonishing, I thought, is over the next 10 years, they're expecting to see 10 million more millennial buyers and 17 million more Gen Z buyers. 27 million over the next 10 years, millennials and Gen Zs that are expected to or should be going into the housing market. And that is a substantial amount of pent up demand, again, lurking there. Now, I would argue part of the biggest part of this problem, and I'm a mortgage guy, I'm going to defend mortgage rates. Historically, mortgage rates are not that bad. They're not that unreasonable at all. And when you compare mortgage rates to most other types of borrowing, the cost of borrowing for a mortgage is at the bottom or nearly so compared to all other kinds of borrowing, credit cards, unsecured personal loans, car loans, etc. Mortgage rates in and of themselves are not highly unreasonable. The real problem, the real boogeyman here, I think, in terms of housing affordability is the house price, not the mortgage rate. But yet, house prices are holding firm, they're gradually going up. And so, again, to the extent we have fit folks in this age range still living at home because they think they can't buy, I think they should talk to somebody like us. Let us determine if you are able to buy at these rate levels. And again, use this strategy of temporary buy downs or maybe a permanent buy down to negotiate some seller credit because there is more buyer leverage now with inventory gradually going up, so that way you can get out of mom and dad's home, get your own place, maybe buy a house with a friend, as we've talked about, and then be able to have that ownership in place. You've got a one-sided bet. Once you get that mortgage in place with that temporary buy down, your worst case rate is fixed for 30 years. And then you still have that, subsidized payment schedule for the first 2 to 3 years, waiting for that refinance opportunity to occur. I think that strategy could not be better situated for other than what our current conditions are, really.